Hey guys, it's Sylvia. I have a very big announcement, and that is I am writing a book. I know, I'm finally writing a book. I'm finally gonna publish it. Hopefully it will be published either sometime at the very end of this year if I'm very lucky, fingers crossed, or definitely by next year. Now, I'm in the middle of writing it. I am on chapter 8, but I already have very big plans, and I'm halfway through the story already. I'm just so excited to share it with you guys, so I decided to do the author tag. I hope you guys will enjoy the answers to some of these questions.
It's been so long!
Sylvia, hi.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who...
This is the start of the author tag, and this is question 1. I've got my handy dandy laptop right here. If you like the stickers, I love them. Okay, so question 1. What is the working title of your book? I really don't even want to tell you guys the title because I want a separate reveal video where I reveal the title of the book and I reveal the cover of the book once I actually have a cover to show you guys. Expect that later video. There's not much I can tell you about the book right now because it's just a work in progress. I don't want to give it away before it's published. But I can tell you the log line. For those of you who don't know, a log line is what summarizes your book in just one sentence. To say the publishers publish my book, or the editors edit my book, or to readers read my book, etc, etc, you get the point. But the log line for my book is this. I do my best dramatic reading of my log line. A futuristic world has lost much needed protection from its forests by a dark king who rules over the moors with an iron grip. And a punk rock pirate schoolgirl, a cunning trickster, and an intelligent scientist are the only ones who can save it. That's all you get. That's all you get for now. I hope you guys, that interests you. I don't know. I hope it interests you in some way. I hope there's some fantasy elements to it that you guys will like. I hope that you're intrigued by the characters. I know I am, and I haven't even written the whole story yet. It's gonna be a blast. I'm very excited. Question 2. When did you come up with the idea for your book? As I mentioned, I'm very bad with writing consistently and updating consistently, but I came up with this idea for the book in probably 2013. That's how long it's been for me to actually act upon it and write it, because it takes so long for all the individual threads of the book to actually join together and form a coherent plotline, coherent characters, and for some reason it took till 2019 for that to happen to me, but I'm rolling with it, I'm publishing it, I'm writing it down as it appears in my brain, and seeing how it goes. That's where it began. Actually, if you want to be really specific, it sort of started as when I was a child, and I saw this really creepy movie called The Last Man. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it scared me the fuck out as a child. I just got so much inspiration from that movie for this book. I didn't realize it when I got the idea, but that's sort of where the inspiration came from. What genre does your book fall under? Fantasy adventure. There's a lot of Brothers Grimm fantasy, so it's very dark fantasy, very trolls under bridges, and someone gets their head chopped off somewhere in the book. There's the gladiator tournament, there's a heart taken out of someone's chest, they're alive when this happens, and there's children are killed in the third chapter. So there's a lot of reasons rated above PG-13. It's definitely meant for an older type of audience rather than a younger type like the Harry Potter books. But there's definitely still some mystical elements too. If you like sci-fi, if you like dark adventure, what actors would you choose in your movie rendition? I love this question because I was literally just talking about this with one of my friends. We spent an entire night talking about which actor would fit this character, because my characters, I like to be very unique with mine. I like them to have their own distinct personality. I like them to have their own secrets, their own flaws. I like that all to happen. After a very long discussion, I would like my lead character, I'm not going to give you any names because I want that to be a separate video. The lead will be played by Hannah Marks, who is most recently seen as Amanda Broadsman in Dirk Gently. By the way, if you haven't seen that series, it also inspired some elements in this book, like everything is connected, the universe is unpredictable, and what might happen. Go check it out, it's very good. It's on Amazon and Hulu, so go check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Her best friend will be played by Sophie Turner. The love interest will be played by Jared Padalecki. Now I know I've never actually seen Supernatural, so don't judge me just based on choosing this well-known actor. I just chose him because he looked exactly like the character that I had created in my mind. I've never seen Supernatural. I know he just looked like the character, so that's why I chose him. This was a bit biased because I love this actor so much. When I thought about it, he just really reminded me of the main character's father. There was just something about his smarts and his attitude and his vibe that really clicked for me, and so that actor is David Tennant. He'll be playing the main character's father. The main character's mother is a little bit more like reserved and paranoid, but she's secretly a badass underneath all of that. She has a very, very strong personality once we get to know her better. For that, my character's mother will be played by Michelle Gomez, of course. I mean, she is just so perfect for the role, I can't even explain. The villain, who is a very Thanos-type villain, I couldn't really figure out any actor to play him because there weren't really any that stood out to me. It will be perfect. First, I thought about the Thanos actor for Avengers Infinity War, but he just didn't seem quite right. He didn't have that like menacing attitude that my character has and has no mercy. I mean, the best I have is James Brolin. I don't know, he still doesn't seem quite right, so I was still looking for an actor for my villain because he's like really that bad. He has no sympathy whatsoever. He literally has no reason for being evil. He's just like the worst type of person imaginable. That's all I will leave you with for now. Use your imaginations to what these characters look like. There will be some character art soon. Question number 6. Self-published or by an agency? This is a very good question. Now, hopefully, I will be published by an agency. That is my dream. It's always been my dream. If it comes down to it, I just want to get this book out there. I want to get it published, so I'm willing to self-publish if that's like the only resource that I end up with. But I really, really want it to be published by an agency or by a person, you know, that already has an audience that I can like reach out to, that I can expand upon, and that will hopefully be inspired to create their own work. And that's always been my goal, to inspire people to like reach into their mind and create something they never thought they'd create before. That's my overall goal with this book. How long did it take me to write the first draft? I'm still writing the first draft, actually. I'm on chapter 8 and I'm making steady progress, but I'm halfway through the book. I should probably be finished maybe by the end of next month. Hopefully, if I stick to my writing schedule, which as you're all aware I'm very bad at. But if I do, then it should be not published, but the first draft should be done by the end of October. Hopefully. Hopefully it will be done by the end of October. That's what I'm aiming for. I can start looking for editors and publishers. It can be a Christmas present to the world and to myself. Okay, what are we on? Question 8? Yeah, question 8. This basically was compare your book to other books, which I really don't like doing because it gives the other authors an unfair advantage because people already know what their book's about. Don't know what your book is about. They're just like they're taking their knowledge of this other book and forcing it onto your book, and that's not necessarily a good idea. The way that I describe it to most people is like a dark, twisted Brothers Grimm type of tale, but there's so many series that influenced it, like the Secret series, Francis Anonymous Bosch, there's darker elements of Harry Potter, the author Spiderwick series to compare it to. There's just so many books that it could be compared to, and I just really don't like doing that, but those are the books that it would be associated with if I was forced to choose. What or who inspired you to write this book? Question 9. How long do you want this video to be? Okay, so the main driving force, as I already mentioned, was The Last Whimsy when I was a little kid. I didn't really realize how much it inspired me to write it until I actually started writing it down. I was like, holy shit, this is a lot like that creepy movie I watched as a kid. That's probably not a coincidence. It's all about like other universes and paradoxes and seeing into other worlds with seeing stones and mandalas. There's so many like elements that really interested me as a child and still do interest me now. It's a really good movie, so go watch it. Like, go have fun with it. It's really there to be enjoyed. And it's insane. Okay. It was also inspired by a lot of other things like my house in the forest in Massachusetts. I already have a very mystical setting there to play with. I've been inspired by that basically my whole life. My friends and family are inspiration for characters. I hope they don't mind me actually using their names as characters because I've used a lot of names that I've heard in real life or like in other books that inspire me to give names for characters, and I know that's bad, but it's what I did, so. And also Michelle Gomez, shout out to her. You are absolutely amazing. Keep on going. Keep doing what you're doing. I love and admire you so much. She just inspired me a lot because she said I could do anything that I put my mind to, and she believes in me, and that's really all I need. If you mean things in the world, I would say really anything that seems out of place. Like in regards to reality, if it's like a teacup that looks like a forest, I'm taking inspiration from it. If it's like a really like quirky antique shop or like a quirky coffee shop, I'm going to take inspiration from that. Just even unusual events, like when you faint and you see these like purple spots in your vision, you hear this like weird buzzing noise. Everyone gets that. That's when you're most vulnerable in my story to the magical world. That's when you literally have access to this world that you never knew about. I mean, how fucking cool is that? Like when you faint, you can see another world. That is just so cool to me. What else about the book might interest the reader? I mean, what can I really tell you? I've already said basically everything I can. The main character is a fucking badass. She thinks she has a mental disorder because it's a magical world. It scares her, and it should, and she keeps seeing it throughout all her life because she has such a strong connection to it. But people think she's nuts. They think she's crazy for seeing like fairies and elves and trolls. They take her to like all these different therapists, and she's never really had time to like develop her mind under her mother's like really strict watchful protectiveness, overprotectiveness really. Like she's even got the whole neighborhood on alert. Should anything bad happen to her daughter, like they would easily know. Everybody would easily know, and I think you guys would easily be very amused by that in the first chapter. But despite all of this, she's never really like given up hope about who she really is, and that she's meant for something greater, and that she always still yearns for adventure. I think we can all learn a lot from the main character. Her best friend is one of the most intelligent characters in the story. I can tell you this, she is descended from the French scientist Marie Curie. None of you guys know it's set in Europe, but I won't tell you where in Europe. She can really brew the heck out of chemistry, and she can brew potions that would change the future of the human race. She's stuck in high school, but what can you do? You can just move forward, and that's what she tries to do. She's very intelligent. Let's see what else. She seems like the bossy know-it-all, but there's another side to her, but I don't think any of you guys will expect. I did expect it at first, and then it like came to me and I was like, okay, that's a really good twist. I think everybody's really gonna like this. He is a favorite among betas. The love interest is the biggest fucking trickster that there ever was. I'm not kidding. He will like hide a card up his sleeve to like steal a skateboard. He'll get mad when a kid does a better trick than he does, and he will literally kill someone and bring them back to life just to prove how powerful he is, or make it seem like they're dead and then bring them back a second later. And all of these characters have secrets. None of them are safe when the box is opened, and shit goes nuts, and there's a ton of plot twists. Wars are waged, people die, trust is betrayed, and alliances are forged, and light battles darkness once and for all. I hope that really interests you guys. Again, it will hopefully be out by the time of the end of this year or the beginning of next year. I'm really hoping for the beginning of next year. But yeah, I'm really excited. Expect a title reveal and a book cover reveal soon. I will update you guys on my writing progress. I hope to do weekly writing vlogs to update you guys on where I am in the story. More character reveals as I get like more development, a more plot line, and just... And I really hope you guys are excited and excited. This has always been my dream. You can expect a new one of these every Friday. Friday will be called Authors Friday on my channel. Monday is Potter Monday, and Wednesday is Who Wednesday, because it rhymes. Not really, but it fits. Or London Wednesday, depending on whether I choose to upload a London vlog or a Who vlog. Either way. But I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys subscribe to my channel. It's just Sylvia Lupien for now because I don't really have a creative channel name. I know I should, but I figured my name would do. And yeah, that's it. Please subscribe. Please follow the author's journey.